Okay, gentlemen. So this is basically the Google Analytics interface for one of my property, Appnol, appnol.com. Okay. If you look into this one, at the left side bottom, I have something called a settings button, which is basically admin. Okay. So these are all like kind of small icons. Okay. Customization, real-time data, audience, okay, acquisition, behavior, conversions, okay, attribution and discover, okay, more content about it. And finally is the admin section. Now, this particular admin section is all about how do you create an account with analytics, how do you add a property, okay, applying filters, okay, deleting it, okay, and other informations, okay, product linking and details. Okay, let us see. This is divided into three major sections. Number one is account, okay, number two is a property, and number three is a view. Okay, view in the sense like what are the different directions or dimensions that you can look at a data at. Okay, app now, if you want to add any more account inside, so click on create account and you will be able to add a new property inside Google Analytics. Okay, so adding a new property, you can add up to 100 property inside Google Analytics. Okay, and if you want to select a different property, click on this one. What are all the properties that is available inside your Google Analytics account? It will show. If you see here, I have almost 11 properties here. Okay, I have 11 accounts, so I'm adding it. Whenever I want to give it a try, I used to check it out, okay, by doing all this. Okay, so this is my original property of Amudakuma. This is app node. So select this property and you will be start seeing a data about this. Okay, and something is related to this one. So account settings. Okay, what are the settings that is related to your account, the property whichever you have. Okay, so it will be talking about your account ID whichever is created, okay, and the name of the property, and all this data you will feed when you try to add your Google Analytical property for the first time. Okay, for the first time when you try to create your property or creating an account, you will be able to fill out this data, your domain name, your country, your website URL, and all those details. Okay, so you can just have it. If you do not want to have the settings, you can delete it by clicking on the move to trash can. Okay, the settings will be deleted. Okay, so there is something called account user management, which means I, as a Google Analytic property owner, I can give access to other people by adding their email ID so that they can read, analyze the data or the information available on my website. Okay, so they can read and analyze the data available on my website basically. So I myself is the admin here. Okay, I can click on this plus button, click on add users, and I enter their email address and I can give them the access. Let me say I enter their email address and I give them the access. Edit option, which says the person whom I'm adding as a user can create, edit new property, he can view the filters, he can set up the goals for the business, etc. Okay, so these are the options available. But by default, when you want other people to access your analytic property, select read and analyze only and move on. Okay, select read and analyze only and you can move on. That's it. So if we can add, you'll be seeing a user being added inside Google Analytics property. So remember, don't give admin access to lots of people, because when you give admin access, the person can remove you from the admin section. Okay, because he also has the option to manage admins. So the person will have a option to remove yourself from the database. So now you may end up losing your account access when you add somebody as the account manager, okay, or the person who can manage your account as an admin. So let's not do adding other people as admin level. So try to make sure that you add people only with the who can only review or view your data basically. Okay, now the next option we have is the filters. Okay, whatever the data that you want to see, you can apply multiple filters to see the data. So the basic meaning of the word filter, okay, is basically how do you check out these data by taking the primary dimensions or the primary metric and checking out the data. Okay, So adding a filter. So this is basically, okay, whenever you want to, look into a data and you want to get detailed insights, you can add a filter, like you can, gender based content, country based, visitors, okay, or different channels through which the visitors have come. Whatever the data that you want to have a look at it, that you want to see, okay, that can be added here. So simply by clicking on this add filter option, you will get several options. Okay, you can create a name of that particular one, okay, and you can apply this particular filters. But the problem here is, like, I cannot say it's a problem, I can also say it as a feature. Okay, when you are adding filters, make sure that whenever you open your Google Analytics account to see the summary of the data, you may end up seeing the data with the filter applied at times. So that particular filter is basically is a temporary condition. Okay, based on your requirement, you can set up your filter to see the data in the future for future references. Okay, very important one that we have is the account change history. Okay, what does this mean is, okay, account change history. If you are giving access to other people, yes, many, especially admin level access, okay, you can see here, okay, what changes were done at what time and by whom. Okay, what are the different activities done. Okay, so a view was created, okay, around on November 4th 2020, okay, admin today, right, by Kritika, okay, the person who is studying from UK, right. So she tried to create one thing like this with a goal. Okay, so we can see what is the information about this. So what are the changes that are done by the people can be monitored here and it can be checked here. That's basically, okay, account change history. And if anything that you have deleted, it is like your computer. Okay, if you have deleted something, that will be available here, what are the things are deleted, and you can always click on the restore button to get all the anything that you have deleted accidentally or intentionally, that will be getting a good results. Okay, cool. So basically these are the few options available with respect to account settings in AppNode and the Google Analytics under the admin portal. Okay, so if you want to go back, you may use the browser button, but instead make sure that you use this go back button. Okay, so that it goes back to the previous tab or window. Okay, and the next major tab that we have is the property tab. Okay, so creating an analytical account will create a separate UA, which means like universal analytical code. Okay, but creating or adding a property inside. So you see appnode.com's account name, and this is the property ID, and the ID property ID is like UA hyphen 8209291 hyphen 2. So this is the ID of the property. Okay, if I add more property inside, I can go out and select only one property is added under the account name appnode. If I want, I can add multiple properties also. But what I have done, I have created a separate account for separate website. Okay, I can add account name as Amadhu Kumar, and under Amadhu Kumar, I can add all the websites that I manage. I can add amadhukumar.com, appnode.com, amadhukumar.in, okay, blogspot.com, whichever is like amwayleaders.blogspot.com, SEO tools review.blogspot.com. Okay, so amadhanraju.blogspot.com, everything can be added as a property. Okay, so each website is called a property. If you want, you can add it. Okay, we have several options to monitor or check out the settings related to the property. Okay, and we can give access to people based on the property level. Okay, so like account level access is what we have given here, but this is basically for user level, user access for the property level. I can have multiple property under a single analytics account, but for each and every property I can give user access separately, so where you can go over and add or remove users inside. Okay, tracking info, so the option which will contain your universal analytic code, your website, JavaScript, which is used to integrate within your website. So if you see tracking info, you can take the tracking code, information about the user ID, different session settings, and all the stuff. Okay, so there is several options available inside. Okay, that we can take it whenever we need. So basically, overall, we can summarize it as a tracking info, which is used to track the website or the property that you have it inside. If the tracking info is not added inside, the website that you have. If the tracking info is not added inside your property, right? Which is the tracking info? This is the tracking code or tracking info. If this is not added inside your property, okay, what happens? Google Analytics cannot track your website. Okay, so when Google Analytics is not tracking your website, okay, the only way to do is to make sure that we have added the tracking info the right way. Okay, and again, so with respect to account level change history, okay, we can also go out and check any changes that is being done on the property level change. Okay, that history will also be monitored and checked here. Okay, if you want to delete any data on your property or in your website, okay, we can particular click on the create a data deletion request. So basically Google Analytics is not an automation tool, it is a data visualization tool. Okay, we can visualize what is the data available inside. Okay, Google Analytics is basically a data visualization tool, and the data available inside will be recorded, which means like it's a history. Okay, we cannot modify it, but however when we want to delete any of the data or metric whichever is showing in Google Analytics, we can raise the request to have that one to be deleted. Okay, so Google may think why you want to delete it or some other reasons. Okay, it may even ask you. At times Google may not even ask you. Once you request, Google will delete it. Okay, generally deletion of a data from the history is not a right thing to do, but there are some reasons where it is very productive or very mandatory to do that. Okay, so this is basically data deletion request. Once this data is deleted, okay, and that will not be shown in the reports whichever we are seeing. Okay, so there might be business integrity issues also deleting a data. Okay, so that will be a little bit different. So deleting a data, so all you need to know is like, oh, these are the options available today. Okay, we have a separate thing called product linking, which means Google has got several products, starting from Google Analytics to AdSense to 360, double click. Okay, so there are lots of products available with Google, and if you are having an account with Google, especially Tag Manager or Search Console or Google Analytics or G Suite account or whatever it may be, you can link with your analytic or Google Analytics property. I am running advertisement on my website, so Google AdSense, where I generate revenue through displaying advertisement on my website. Okay, so I have already linked to that one. Okay, there are products which are unlinked. Okay, I have a Google Ads account under the same ID. Okay, so what I can do, I can link. I click on this link Google Ads. Okay, so it may open. So which is the property which you have. Okay, you see Hathway, that this is another thing. There is one property called Amudapama. So I go here, select this property. How can I have this many account ID given here? Because other people are giving me access to monitor their account and check it out and give them the result. And I click on continue. Like this, whatever the account that you have, okay, enable all the data. Okay, whatever the account you have, you can go ahead, okay, and link to your Google account, so that the Google Ads account is also displaying information here. Okay, basically, so linking, and the benefit of linking the account, you can see the data shown here. Okay, now this is basically like account linking. Okay, let me just go back and see. Like this, if you are having any other accounts, if you want to link, yes, you can do it, provided you should have one. Okay, right, so defining audiences. Okay, there's something called post backs. Okay, so the information that is related to what it is loading. Okay, which is used to control the advertisement network and the detail that is received, the conversion data. Okay, seems pretty new because this is the first time I'm having a look at it. Okay, post backs. Okay, the settings allow you to control which ad networks receive your conversion data. Okay, ad networks, we have Google, we have Google 360, we have double click. Okay, there are different ad networks available. So this is giving us an option to restrict, okay, sharing our information to other property by selecting an ad network like, oh, So these are all the people who are called Google partners people, okay, which means like they like double click. There are several advertisement network, Araki, AdColony, InMobi, Jamp. So Google is successfully running its advertisement platform by associating with these, advertisement network people. Okay, cool. So this is one. So once you define this one, you can make sure that the data shared to these people are restricted to some extent. Okay. And so defining the audiences for the property. Okay. So these are all the options that is available. So remember, with respect to analytics or search console, okay, it is not necessary that we have to mandatorily, explore about everything. Now, few mandatory things that we need to have is how to identify the bounce rate, how to check out the depth content of an article. Okay, how to find out the page speed, what is the quality score that is given to the article, what are the property that is giving proper insight data. Okay, and remaining or extra, and based on the situation and scenarios, you will be able to go ahead and explore all this content. Okay, now so one is account and another one is property, and now there is something called view. Okay, view is basically, okay, what are the different data that you can see it on your home page. Okay, you can click and you can generate a new view. Okay, all website data means every data related to your website is what is called as all website data. Okay, and if you want to see a very specific view of a particular data, you can click on a create new view. Okay, and we can also save it like as it is. Okay, so basically setting up your new view, you can set up for the website. Okay, reporting view name. Okay, let me try to say abnormal visitors, abnormal new visitors. Okay, now the timing, reporting timing zone. Okay, I will go with India. What is happening? Okay, GMT. Okay, the maximum is 25. So the property already has one view. Okay, so I am creating another view called another app on new visitors. So I simply click on create a view. Okay, so this particular thing needs to be added. Now I have app on new visitors as one new that is created. I have another view called all website data. Okay, when I say all website data, the complete data will also be shown, and this will be used when you are trying to look at your property from the home button. Not only from home button, you can also go to the admin section to access the different account information available. Okay, if I go there, it will be difficult for me to come back again. So if you look into this particular one, you will see all the data available. Okay, like app now. Okay, I can see the property and apps and the views. I can see all my website data, and I can also click app now new visitors. Once I click on this open, it will give me the details related to this one. Okay, if the property is not sufficient, having sufficient data, we will not be able to see any data that is being displayed here. Okay, so like this we can have a different views being created, and each view settings information that we can see. Which was the right window? Okay, so this is basically all website data where I can just change it. Okay, new visitors means like I'll be able to see the data of visitors maybe who are coming very new, that can be tracked and give it to us. Okay, that's what I'm trying to set up. So this is basically the view settings, and each and every view can be configured. Okay, when I say new visitors, okay, view user management, app on new visitors. Okay, and the URL that people needs to come is the home page of the URL that I have given. Time zone is this one. Is there any exclusion I need to do? I need to do it. Okay, site search tracking. When people go and search inside my website, do I need to track that particular one? Yes. If not, no. Put that I click on save whatever I do, so that my new view settings are being saved and it is being tracking as per the requirement. Even in this one, okay, we can go out and add users to manage the view. For huge websites like Amazon, Flipkart, they will be having a manager for each and every view. They will be creating a separate view for category of the product. For example, the cutleries, or the pantry, or the jewelry, or the automobiles. So each and every section will have a separate view created, and each and every view will be assigned with a manager who can manage, consult, or check the data available inside this one that can be used for inner study of advertisement and all other concepts. Okay. What else we have? The important aspect is the goal. Okay, we have filter option, channel, e-commerce settings. Okay, so there are other options too. You can go ahead and just check it out. Okay, these are some extra we have. And one thing that I would like to say is the goals, which is very important here. Okay, goal. How do we set up a goal and we track the goal? Okay, this is what is basically we need to understand to figure out how these goals actually work. Okay, so we can create a new goal by clicking on going to the particular view and clicking on a new goal. Okay, okay, now what does it say? What do you want to set up as a goal? Do you want to set up how much money you are making, or how many orders are placed? So if you want to do that, so click on this option and you'll be able to track who are the people who came to your website and placed an order or who bought the product online. You want to track or you want to set the goal for acquisition, which means like how many people signed up for your service, how many people visited your website and took your service, like how many of them have subscribed to your email, how many of them have done this particular activity. So you can create a goal to check the acquisition, how many people have registered here. Okay, and something related to inquiry, how many people contacted you, how many people have read the reviews, how many people wants to get the call back, how many people have to chat live. Okay, you want to have any update that is downloaded or activities are done. So if you want to have any of these are all basically pre-defined goals. Okay, and some goals are related to engagement. Okay, are the people who are comparing the information, I want to track those people. I want to track those activities of how many of them have added the content to their favorite things, saved for future reference or something like that. The next one talks about was the video played there, or there was the image where people visited the phone. Okay, so these are all few things here. Okay, media play, sharing the content. Did someone come and share the content on social media? If yes, I want to track them. And I want to see how many people have shared. And I want to set up a goal that I want to have my content shared to 200 people this month. And I will try to reach the goal. Okay, and sign up. How many people came, took up the service from you, subscribed to your newsletter, or joined in a group, or they are requested to receive updates about your business or something like that. So basically is the engagement. Now, if you really do not want to use any of the template option given at the top, okay, what we can do, we can simply go to the custom option, and there are few options available under this custom to understand better about it. Okay, once you click on the custom and click on continue, okay, that is going to ask you the name for the goal. Okay, what you want to set up. Okay, now, okay, name is your choice. Okay, now you can give any of your name for future references. And what type of goal can be set? Number one, you can set up a goal by entering a URL. For example, when people visited a particular URL means the conversion is done. Okay, the person who came to the website has come to this URL means, which means these things are done. Approximately the thank you page. They have given us an example as a thank you page. So when will a person will come to a thank you page? Only when he came to the, only when he reaches the website, the product detail page. From there he goes to the add to cart page. From add to cart page he goes into the view cart page. From the view cart page he places an order. I mean, like, he makes a payment, and the payment gateway is successful and it goes to the thank you page. So when a person comes to the thank you page, it means that he has completed the purchase. That's what the meaning is. Okay. Now you can also track or set up a goal to find out the people who have spent 5 seconds on your website, 10 seconds on your website, okay, or people who stayed on your website for more than 5 minutes or 10 minutes, something like that. Okay, and also event or pages that is being used while visiting your website. If a person has come to the website and he simply goes away, not a problem. But if he comes to the website and he is frequently checking out other pages, other pages, other pages, so he is checking almost 5 to 6 pages inside. Now we can get the data, like, when and what are the activities being done, moving to different page views. Okay, and we have something called event. Basically, event is something when a visitor comes, clicks on a particular button or a link, Okay, that is basically called as an event. Okay, so that's how it is basically working. Now you simply click on continue and we will be able to configure this particular goals. Okay. What happened? Continue is not working. Okay, let me just click on continue. It's not moving. I don't know. Okay, now so if you set up a goal like this, automatically this goal will be displayed along with your report or metrics that you create. Considering that we have created a goal here, okay, if you go to your acquisition, okay, section, and under the acquisition section, if you click on your all traffic section, let me say, or channels, okay, now whenever the metric is displayed, Google Analytics will display the goal tab near, see, goal value or goal tab. So the goal will be displayed here, which means to say, okay, was the goal reached? Okay, so default channel which is there, how I receive visitors or traffic for how many days, October 28 to November. Let me go with last 30 days data approximately, and I simply click on apply, and let me try to check out, is there any data available here? Default MCM, okay, multinational, source or medium, let me give it a try. Which sources the visitors are from? Why data is 000? Okay, because I clicked on the app on new visitors, so now I want to see the all website data. Okay, so when I go with all website data, and I will be seeing some metrics here. Okay, so channel, so if you look into this one, I have defined some goals also there. Okay, it seems like no goal creation was met. WhatsApp email goal completion, it was not met. Okay, so I received visitors through different channel or medium, but the goal was not met. So once somebody comes and creates account, and I don't have an option to create an account, but when people come to the website, whenever they read a particular article, I can track them. Oh, if you come to this page, then it means you are considered as a conversion. Okay, I think in my Amadou Kumar property, when I go over and check it out, okay, I will be able to see that. But Amadou Kumar's property is like, oh, I can only take it from here. Okay, I can search Amadou Kumar here. Okay, so Amadou Kumar, okay, this property I'll take. So when we have a look into this website, I have created a goal in such a way that when somebody visits the digital marketing course page, okay, digital marketing course page in my website, I will consider that one as a conversion. Okay, I think even that doesn't have any goal being given here. Okay, October 5th to number 20. Okay, source or medium. Okay, so default channel grouping. So it seems like no goal is met here, so people have not come or they have not signed up there. Okay, so if you look into this one, I can go out and see the goals whichever I have set up. Okay, for this website Amadou Kumar. Okay, so I have the goals here. Okay, and this is going to tell me, okay, I have created 3 different goals, where the one goal is like DMC details, DMC visit. So people who created came to this particular one and sign up. Okay, people who came to the website to check out the details, when they come to a particular page, why are they coming to that page? Because they need information about digital marketing course. So I use that one to understand that people are looking for digital marketing course. DMC visit, which means like people have come, they have monitored or checked this account. I use this one as another an opportunity and sign up. When people click on the apply for the course option, when they submit these details, that is the sign up that is happening. So these are the 3 different goals which I have created to make sure that I track and monitor within my own website. Okay. Okay, gentlemen. So, been trying to give you the overview, the summary about the complete Google Analytics. Okay, and as I've already said, it is a wonderful data visualization tool. We really thank Google to give us one such tool to go deeper into and get more metrics about this. Okay, so we get more visitors, we get a very good engagement, and we get more visitors information. Now when we have a very good metric happening, then based on the behavior that is happening inside our website is what Google decides, okay, this website is of good quality, and it helps us to throw our website in the top position. Okay,